What's up guys, Nax Tech here, and this is going to be a video of the hardware of the Nexus 4. So it's got Gorilla Glass 2 on the front, and I think it actually has Gorilla Glass on the back. If I hold this at a certain angle, you should see there you go, you can see it there, the shiny kind of pattern that's on the back there. It's very hard to see, you have to kind of get the light to catch it properly if you're going to see it in real life. It's really nice, it's a nice little touch. It's very subtle, but it's really nice. So like I said, glass on the back and glass on the front makes it feel really nice in the hand. Let's move on to the thickness. You can see here the device looks quite thick, and it is a bit thicker than most smartphones at the moment. It comes in at 9.1mm thick. The iPhone 5 comes in at 7.6mm thick, and the Galaxy S3 comes in at 8.6mm thick. So it is thicker than its rivals. When talking about the weight, we're looking at 139 grams for the Nexus 4. The iPhone 5 is 112 grams, and the Galaxy S3 is 133 grams. So not that different to the Galaxy S3 in terms of weight, but quite a lot different to the iPhone 5. What all this basically means is not that much. I mean, if you don't like a thick device, then it may be a bit of an issue for you. But it makes for good grip. It's really nice to hold. The weight, the size, just the whole way it's built makes it feel very sturdy in the hand. It feels solid, it feels very well built. It feels like a very premium device. You can see here it's got a silver lining around the outside, which makes a nice little design touch. I really like its design. So you've got the power on button on the side on the right, the volume rocker a bit lower on the left, headphone jack on the top of the phone, and your micro USB and charging port on the bottom with two screws here that you can't see. The micro USB port actually is also a slim port, which is how you would connect it to the TV via micro HDMI. Well, you need a special plug actually, not real micro HDMI. You'll need a slim port plug, I'm guessing. Don't know if they're released yet. And let's talk about the screen. We've got a 4.7-inch screen here with a resolution of 1280 by 768, which equals 318 ppi. As I said before, Gorilla Glass 2, so it should be scratch resistant. Now, scratch resistant, not scratch proof or shatter proof. This phone, I have to be honest, it feels like a delicate phone. I feel like if you drop this, it will smash, it will crack, especially the back. And that's just something that you're going to have to deal with if you want it, you know. iPhone people have been dealing with it for a long time because they've had glass and all that kind of material. And it does make it feel like a more premium device, but it comes at a cost of durability. That's just something, like I said, you're going to have to deal with. We've got an 8 megapixel shooter on the back with LED flash. It's capable of 1080p. And on the front we have a 1.3 megapixel camera that I believe is capable of 720p. So yeah. Inside the Nexus 4 you've got a quad-core 1.5 GHz S4 Pro with the Adreno 320 graphics, and I'll show you the performance of this on another video, but it's great. It's also coupled with 2 GB of RAM for your multitasking needs. Yeah, so you should be pretty future-proof in terms of hardware. I mean, the S4 inside this is based on Crate architecture, which is actually based on the A15 architecture, which is the newest, most efficient architecture. So we'll talk about that more later in another video. I really like the hardware, in all honesty. When I picked up this phone, it felt great instantly in the hand. I still think it feels great. Just it feels like the best Nexus in terms of build quality that has been around. I've held them all, and this one definitely feels the most solid. It is very nice. So yeah, there is, I believe they mentioned there is a slight curve to try and protect the screen, but I can't see it. I don't know if that's even true, but I remember somebody saying that. And the speaker, by the way, is down here, and yeah, You've got your sensors up here and your headphone piece right at the top. I know it's really hard to see there, but it is there. Some other important things to mention are there is no SD card slot on this device, so you are stuck with the internal storage, which is either 8 or 16. I did go ahead and get the 16 because I think the 8 is pointless. You know, you've got a few games, a few apps on there, and you've completely filled it. You never get 8, so you'll actually probably get 5, and it's just not enough. So no SD card slot, so that can be a deal breaker for some people. Another thing that can be a deal breaker is this is completely sealed, which is new for Nexus devices, and I guess it's the way LG decided to do it. There is no removable battery. You can't remove the battery. It's a 2,100 milliamp hour battery, and I'll talk about battery life in another video. But yeah, it's completely sealed. So some people haven't liked that. I don't mind it because I never changed the battery in my other devices anyway. But yeah, it's completely sealed there, so no changing batteries if you go on a long trip. You just have to bring your charger. So yeah guys, that's my hardware review of the Nexus 4. Loads more videos coming up, performance benchmarks, all that good stuff. So yeah, see you guys later.